Hello out there. Well, since you've seen my last video here, it was too good to be true. After 42 years, I'm going to have to vacate this shop because the landlord wants to convert this entire attic, this shop, and the rest of the attic, which goes down, the total length of the building is 40 feet, into an efficiency apartment, and got the first and second floors. So I had this shop up here since 1966 when I was living here with my mom, my brother, and my sister. I moved out of here in 1982 and relocated in a town about 10 miles from here. But I maintained a shop here. I never moved it. So basically, can't blame the landlord. He's got to do what he's got to do. Now, I had posted on one of the radio forums that I'm selling out everything and getting out of it. I since spoke to a very good friend of mine who does do radio work, and we're buddies, and you know, we help each other out on radio repairs and stuff. And he's located in town about a mile from here, and he told me I can set up with a few pieces of equipment and have a little bench and so forth to do some stuff. But it won't be like here. There won't be any more videos of how to and this and that. I am going to keep a few selected pieces of equipment. I'm going to keep my leader 60 megacycle scope, my HP 410C VTVM. I'm going to keep my Hickok 6000A. I'm going to keep my Hickok 550X, which tests the older tubes. But I will be selling everything else. There will be a few pieces here that I may keep, but that's going to be very limited. All this big stuff here most likely will be sold. I need to take an inventory, and then I'll post it on the forum as to what I am going to sell and how much I want for it. This video here is basically to kind of explain to everyone who is interested in antique radio stuff that I will have stuff for sale. The problem I have is I can't be running up here from my house 10 miles away with today's gas prices. Every time somebody wants something, I have to go and pack it up, find a box, pack it up, and ship it out. I'll be happy to do that to a certain extent. Ideally, I'd like somebody to come up here and physically come up here and say, I want this, how much you want for that, how much you want for this. That is the way I would really like to do it, but it's going to be hard because most people are not located where close by. The shop is located in New London, Connecticut. Okay. The stuff that I'm going to be selling, it's going to be 2 weeks before I decide what's got to be done, because I have to take inventory of this stuff. I'm not asking a lot of money, but I'm not giving it away. I can still maintain the hobby through a friend of mine working in his location. He has a big building, and there's a room that he's going to be setting up so that you'll either share the workbench with him, so I won't be needing this 8-foot workbench, and needless to say, I'm not going to be needing any of this, other than a good VTVM, which I've said I'm going to keep, a good oscilloscope, which I'm going to keep, which means that I've got other things like Tektronix Type 321. Stuff like this, I am going to sell. This is a good scope. It only goes up to 5 megacycles. It supposedly runs on batteries, and I'll probably sell stuff like this. But for me to come running up here and packing up things, sending it out, it's too much. It's too much running. I got bad knees going up to the second floor in the attic, running up and getting stuff coming down. So it's very difficult for me. And in a way, this is a blessing that I can, maybe I'll just time to downsize quite a bit. At least I don't have to get out of the hobby completely, because I really enjoy it. I have been doing this, as I said, up here for 42 years. I started this shop in June of 1966. This room here was plastered and everything. It was already finished off in the attic. There was some holes in the ceiling, and I had put speakers in a grill up there and stuff. And when I was living downstairs, I used to go up here every night and do some work. I even got an air conditioner in the window, which right now don't work. The air conditioner works, but there's a lot of birds' nests in there, and it's all clogged up, and it just brings all the water into the room, so I don't use it. So it gets hot up here in the summertime. I don't do anything. But it's getting very discouraging, because I have to get rid of this, and it's an awful lot of stuff. So a lot of this stuff is going to just be packed up, put in the truck, and brought out to a radio flea market, ham auction, or whatever, so that I can just get rid of it as it goes. There are some, like I said, there are some exceptions. I'll ship out stuff, but it's hard for me, because I'd have to go hunting around for a cardboard box for the stuff to fit in. I have to pack it in. I have to go and bring it to the post office and weigh it, and then get the price for the person. So it's really, some of it's not worth me doing that, and I could use the money, believe me. That's about it. I just wanted to make an announcement here that I only started on YouTube last winter with my heavy coat on, working up here. And before that, I never even thought of putting any of this stuff up on YouTube, because I wasn't familiar on how to even do it. And so when I found out I could do it, because I get a little long-winded, so videos go over the 10-minute limit. So by the time I edit them, it's kind of like, it's really, you miss pieces, because I have to cut it down as to how I'm describing something, So it's pretty difficult for me to explain something in the 10 minutes that they only allow you. There are some people on YouTube that have a lot more than 10 minutes, and I don't understand how they can do it. But anyways, and the videos are recent. They're not something that they were doing quite a while ago. But anyways, that's beside the point. I am going to just try to clean up here a little bit, and try to pack. Each time I come up here, I'll grab a piece and what I want to keep, and put it in the car, so I can bring it over to my buddy's place. Then all this other stuff here will most likely go. And there is quite a bit here, as you can plainly see. This is promised to a guy in Florida. So I will not be selling that unless he changes his mind. All this other stuff that you see here will most likely go. I will post on the forum in 2 weeks' time.